Imagine a boy, quiet, gentle, and different. He doesn't laugh the same way, doesn't talk the same way, and sometimes he doesn't even make eye contact. His name was Ethan. But to a group of kids in his school, Ethan wasn't just different. He was a target. Day after day, they mocked him, called him names, laughed at his silence. But what they didn't know was that one day the cables would turn, and the boy they bullied would be the one to teach them the most unforgettable lesson of their lives. Stay with me till the end, because what happened next is a story you'll never forget.
Ethan was 12 years old. Diagnosed with autism at the age of 3, he struggled with things most kids took for granted: eye contact, conversations, even loud noises. But Ethan had a gift. He was brilliant with puzzles, computers, and memory. He could look at something once and remember it forever. His mother, Linda, always told him, "You may be different, Ethan, but different is special." Yet at school, special wasn't what kids saw. They only saw someone they could laugh at. There were 3 boys, Jake, Ryan, and Connor, the cool kids of the class. Whenever Ethan walked in, they whispered, giggled, sometimes shouted, "Hey, robot, say something. Do you even know how to talk? Look at him, he's so weird." At lunch, they tripped him. In the hallways, they shoved him. They even made cruel videos of him, mocking the way he walked, the way he spoke. And worst of all, no one stopped them. Teachers turned a blind eye. Students laughed along. Ethan stayed quiet, but inside, something was breaking. One day, during a school assembly, Jake grabbed the microphone and said, "Hey everyone, want to see a robot dance?" He pointed at Ethan. The entire room burst into laughter. Ethan froze. His hands shook. Tears filled his eyes. That night, at home, Linda hugged her son tightly. "Don't let them win, Ethan. You're stronger than they know." And for the first time, Ethan decided he wouldn't stay silent anymore. Ethan used his gift. The school was hosting a science and talent showcase. Everyone could present something. The bullies were planning a silly skit to make fun of him again. But Ethan had something else in mind. He spent weeks building a computer program, a presentation about autism, about kindness, about seeing the world differently. But that wasn't all. He also quietly gathered proof: videos of the bullies mocking him, messages they sent, even recordings of the cruel things they said. The auditorium was full. Parents, teachers, students. The bullies went first. Their funny skit got a few laughs. But then it was Ethan's turn. He walked slowly onto the stage. Everyone expected him to freeze. Instead, the screen lit up. His voice, shaky but strong, filled the room. "My name is Ethan. I have autism, and this is what it feels like to be me." He showed his project, how autistic brains work differently, how people like him have unique gifts. And then the videos played. The recordings of Jake, Ryan, and Connor mocking him, calling him names. The laughter they enjoyed at his pain. The room went silent. Parents gasped. Teachers looked ashamed. The bullies' faces turned pale. When it was over, the entire room stood up and clapped. Not for the bullies, for Ethan. Linda cried in the audience, proud of her son's courage. The bullies were punished. Detentions, suspensions, apologies forced by the school. But the real punishment was the shame they felt. Because from that day, no one saw them as cool anymore. They were just three kids who learned the hard way that cruelty always comes back around. And Ethan, he wasn't just the quiet boy anymore. He was the boy who stood up, the boy who turned pain into strength. Ethan's story isn't just about revenge. It's about resilience. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't anger. It's showing the world who you really are. And Ethan proved that even the quietest voice, when spoken with courage, can silence 1,000 bullies. So, remember, never underestimate the power of kindness. And never, ever mock someone for being different. Because sometimes the person you laugh at will be the one you end up admiring the most. How did you feel about Ethan's story? And where are you watching from? Share in the comments below. I'd love to know. For more stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.